Right, abusu mu bibia kwa bamfambra 2K ni some blossom e YouTube so say abusu for yaba as usual ensem ahodo a ekoso e wo Ghana ase no ana de besu mehefo ene atifo nya na abusu amno kase no ensem bi aba betodwa a eho hia se won so unya bi na wotie na ho de ekwo ne sent no anam de sa info wi e ba beso mo na abusu amempesem kasbetent kura de beko na kwa akwaje ensem ni na enchemu e de aba message so nya subscribe mfama me a na subscribe ya e de amam na bibia so etimi aye kama midin e de kwam gentle.
I find it interesting that this whole process had to go back to the Chief Justice back to the President. Mm-hmm. In fact, there was a time a certain Supreme Court inserted or rewrote our Constitution to insert certain clauses that ask for the President to determine a prima facie case. Mm. Now, she's now submitted her response. The President must, as a matter of urgency, start to discuss with the Council of State to take the process to the next level. Now, I expect that this process will be quick because the uncertainty will not help the judicial delivery in this country. So, again, nobody knows what's in the petition. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows what's in the answer she has given. Mm-hmm. But we are all looking at the situation that is the answer going to be the one that will make the President say a prima facie case has been determined, or the President is going to say there's no prima facie case? Mm. Now, if the process goes very fast, depending on the advice from the Council of State, it's likely that the Chief Justice will be suspended. Mm. In fact, the whole Article 146 was very strict. There was no need for the Supreme Court to have inserted anything in it. So I expect that the process will be quite fast, and the committee will be formed. If there's need for the Chief Justice to be suspended whilst the work is done, that recommendation might come from the Council of State. If there was no need, the committee is formed. She's asked to present her side of her story or her defense. Indeed, God that we say knows everything. When he entered the Garden of Eden, still asked Adam, what did you do? Mm. So that's the bedrock of our constitutional democracy. The first rule of natural justice, her side will be heard. Mm-hmm. And this process should not take so long, so that the uncertainty or certainty that will hang over the Supreme Court will be quick. Remember, the Chief Justice is the administrative head of the judiciary. Yeah. So if there is so much uncertainty, it trickles down to everybody. Mm-hmm. So I expect that this process will be quick and done with very fast.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Janta.
Good morning to our viewers and listeners, my good counsel. It's a process. Mm-hmm. But, Lily, remind me, what triggered this process? It was from some individuals, right?
Yeah.
And what was the reason given for them to get the President to remove the Chief Justice?
Well, that has not been made public, because the previous one was made public. That was by Professor Kwasari. That was made public. He stated issues of, of misconduct, right? But these are 3 petitions submitted by private individuals. The details of the petition has not been known. We don't know what the stated petition involves.
Shouldn't they do that?
To make it public?
Yes. Are we not supposed to know? Mm. She's our Chief Justice. Mm-hmm. Separation of powers. Mm-hmm. And if she's done something wrong, mm-hmm, or ultra-virus to the law, should we not, the people, know the reason why it's been asked for her to be removed? I didn't feel comfortable with that, because as you're saying, we don't even know the reasons. So if we don't know the reasons, and it so happens that going through the process that my colleague has mentioned, goes to Council of State has a look at it, mm-hmm, can even sometimes, after the Council of State has have a look at it, the President's own lawyers will also have a look at it. Mm-hmm. He would then have to decide whether there's a prima facie case against the Chief Justice. Then we'll have to decide whether, okay, I'll go according to Article, is it 146 to suspend her or to remove her. Then you ask the question, will the politics come in and play in there? Mm-hmm. Because she was put in power by one government, so I don't think I can work with her, so she should go. You know, all this, but we need to know the stated course for this process that is going on. I think it's imperative. And I read and I wasn't sure whether it had got to do with after the president had made his mind up. A 3-member committee is formed, isn't it?
That is so.
Once the president decides that there's a prima facie case. 5 members. I thought I saw 3 here.
5 members,
okay.
made of 2 justices,
2 justices,
3 ordinary
okay.
people.
Okay.
Not lawyers, not MPs, not members of the Council of State.
Okay. The thing that I don't want to use this word because I'm not sure whether it's the right word, but when you get onto the Council of State, there are eminent lawyers on the Council of State.
Retired judges,
Attorney General,
retired Chief Justice,
retired Chief Justice,
retired Speaker.
So I think, retired Speaker. I think the legal process would be really examined to what her response is and the reasons why they have brought this case against the Chief Justice. So let's see. I just hope the reasons don't turn political. Because in the past we've seen such things being political decisions. And that the reasons would be told the people of Ghana once the decision is made. I think it's important. The president in his, I'm not sure, State of the Nation address indicated transparency.
It was even in his inaugural speech.
Transparency to the people of Ghana. And I expect it to go through every chain, every line for the people to know. We have been kept in the dark on so many things in the past. I think we're getting to a point right now where the politics of Ghana has changed in terms of the people's knowledge of what politics is about, the people's knowledge of what they expect democracy to be. The real reason is given why a certain line was taken, especially if a prima facie case has been identified. And let's see how it rolls. But please, both and minority, don't let us play politics in Parliament. Let's go according to the content of the reasons why.
To add to us, Senior, or to explain a few things, under Article 146 Clause 8, it says that all proceedings under this article shall be held in camera. And a certain panel of the Supreme Court previously held that in camera means even the content shouldn't be known. So
that's
they went on to say that having published the contents of the petition had already violated this part of the Constitution. So much as there may be merits in the petition, the violation of a constitutional provision has made it that the petition could not go forward. So in order, and if you read former President Akufo-Addo's comments on Kokwazan's petition, this was also reference to. So that is the more reason why, if you read President Mahama's letter to the current Chief Justice, he says that this is being transmitted to you under restricted level of security. So if the Chief Justice, in her own wisdom, decides to spill it to the public, so be it. That is her problem. But from the presidency, it is being said that we are sending it to you with shall be held in camera, to mean that let nobody knows the content. You see, Senior, you are aware that the modern purposive approach of constitutional interpretation sometimes even leads to absurdity.
Yes, it does.
It leads to absurdity. Certain things are very clear. You don't need to go for purposive interpretation for it. You just go for the words. The words are clear. In camera means when you're having the discussion, the hearing, it should be without the public. Yes. Finito.
Yes.
It doesn't mean when the petition is received, the receiver should also be in camera. It doesn't make sense.
You see, this is where when you look at the 1992 Constitution, life has run faster than why the Constitutional Review Committee should look at this. Should look at this particular clause. I mean, shouldn't we know? I mean, why should it be everything in camera? The hearings might be in camera, but the results of the hearing, the reasons why you took that decision, it shouldn't be in camera.
And what initiated the whole thing should not be in
It should be in camera.
We should know.
It should not be. We should know. Like the president sacking somebody and not giving reasons why. When you are appointing him, you gave reasons sometimes. So why, when you sack
You told us.
the people are the ones who put the politicians in power. They have kokromoti power, thumb power. And without that thumb power, the president will not be in power. The president will not be president.
Sure.
So if you have a maid, is she not under your control? Or is he not under, or a houseboy? He's not under your control. Isn't it what you do? That what you say is what he should do? And if the people have decided that you, Lily, we have voted you as president of this country, do they not deserve to know some of these things? I find it a bit, I will not use the word spurious, but I find it a bit, we have moved. Constitutional Review Committee, look at this clause. I think it's important.
Right. It's important that he says the Constitutional Review Committee will look at this particular clause in our 1992 Constitution. But don't you, Mr. Johnson, don't you think that it is a sensitive position that the Chief Justice holds? And so putting everything out in the public doesn't taste well.
I mean, the reasons why a certain decision was made. You don't think we should? You don't think we should know? I believe we should know, at least. Give us reasons why it was decided in a certain way. So, nobody knows. The president says, I cannot work with, the Chief Justice, there's a prima facie case, she's hauled out. Are you trying to tell me?
From the very first